Hi everybody! Let's talk about condiments, sauces, spreads, and garnishes for the Hashimoto diet, also sometimes referred to as an AIP, autoimmune protocol. By condiment, I mean a sauce or seasoning added to food after it's been prepared to enhance or improve its flavor. Remember, store-bought condiments are processed food. Whenever possible, eat fresh food instead. In this video about condiments, I'm going to discuss 1. Quick picks. I hope to save you time and direct you to a few ready-to-go store-bought condiments that are safe to eat. 2. Ingredients. Food manufacturers are always coming out with new condiments. I will discuss which ingredients to avoid. Inspiration. Ultimately, I hope to inspire you to make homemade condiments. For me, learning to make a few super simple sauces was a gateway to loving this lifestyle and healing my body. All you need is a blender. I'll make separate videos specifically for oils, vinegars, and spices. Part 1, quick picks. The secret of life? The secret's in the sauce. Store-bought vegan butter is now readily available. The brand is Miyoko's, and it's trusted. It is, however, made with cashews. So if you're new to the Hashimoto lifestyle, skip anything made with nuts for the first 3 months. You want to make it easy on your gut in the beginning. I've never purchased any vegan butter myself because it's so easy to make at home. In my opinion, my vegan butter tastes more delicious than real butter. There are many recipes on YouTube. Himalayan salt. Yay! This makes all food taste good again. It adds 91 minerals back into our food that have been removed by soil depletion. This one condiment changed my life. I buy Himalaya, but there are many other pink salt brands. For those of you worried that increasing your Himalayan salt will lead to high blood pressure or heart disease, you might be thinking of table salt. When I'm trying to figure out which foods are best for me, I look for ways to measure the results, whether good or bad. I trust my body to always tell me the truth. The real skill is learning to interpret what my body is saying. By keeping a detailed log of my experience through this lifestyle change, I'm able to remember more clearly my history and help pinpoint which foods create symptoms. It helps me to become more observant of the signs my body is sending. I switched to pink salt for myself, and after 2.5 years of using Himalayan salt liberally, my blood pressure is the same as someone 30 years younger. For me, comparing my test results over time seems to point towards a greater truth. Don't listen to anything I say. Always listen to your body. You've got the Bragg family selling high-quality health products like liquid aminos and coconut aminos. Both taste like soy sauce to me. Here are popular fish sauces. I've never had them, but they are AIP approved. There's a brand by Thai Kitchen and one by Ocean's Halo. Barbecue sauce. I found this new tomato-less AIP barbecue sauce. They have natural flavorings in it, so they're not perfect, but it's the best available. One brand is KC Natural. That's the welcome newcomer, and Ocean's Halo has one too. Teriyaki sauce. That chicken teriyaki looks really good, doesn't it? The brand, again, is Ocean's Halo. Can you tell I'm recommending stuff I no longer buy? What happens is after a while, you learn to make your own sauces, so store-bought stuff becomes obsolete. However, I can still appreciate them. They did have their place in my life before I learned how to make some. Sauerkraut is a fermented food that tastes great, but be careful. In the beginning, my gut could only handle small amounts of fermented food. This brand is Whole Foods brand 365. AIP Wasabi. I found this online and I'd like to try it. It's from Sushi Sonic. Ready-made olive tapenade. You want to buy olives packed in water and salt, or possibly in red wine and salt instead of cheap canola oil. This brand is Divina. Sour cream. Okay, so this is not officially sour cream, but you could use a dollop of coconut milk yogurt, garnish it with fresh chives, and it tastes pretty creamy. You know, you got to improvise a little bit sometimes. The brand is so delicious. Nutritional yeast. This is a topping that tastes cheesy. The yeast is not active and it's fortified with extra B vitamins. Bragg sells one, and so does Bob's Red Mill. Although this is on the official AIP list, it's not okay with my gut. It's got too many strikes against it. It's made from sugar. It's hard to digest. It has the same chemical compound as MSG, which is highly controversial. And Dr. Ben Lynch, author of Dirty Genes, explains on both page 48 and 90 the difference between natural vitamin B9 and artificial vitamin B9. Natural vitamin B9 is called folate, and you get it from leafy greens. It helps with methylating, which is a fancy word for cell functioning. On the other hand, artificial vitamin B9 is called folic acid. It's in lots of things like nutritional yeast. Dr. Lynch writes, cut it out of your life. This is your enemy. It actually blocks natural folate, the very thing that you need. If you have a common MTHFR gene mutation like me, you know what I'm talking about. No, that is not an abbreviated curse word. After I research a condiment and eat it, I ask my body, to nutritional yeast. Chopped olives. Skip the fresh ones on the buffet soaking in canola oil. Go get the Whole Foods brand 365 or Divina Organic. Let's mention some fresh, ready-to-go quick picks from the produce section. You can buy them in a jar, but why would you? These travel well and stand alone. Organic horseradish, freshly grated over salads. I've included photos of food so you can identify it in the grocery store. My first taping of this video was a picture of me talking, so I decided it was much more beneficial for you to see the food. Fresh organic wasabi tuber, grated. Other than online, I don't know where to get this. If you know some place local in Florida, please leave me a message in the comments. I would like to order a real wasabi starter plant and try to grow it myself. What a great gift for your autoimmune buddies. Organic ginger. I keep it frozen and grate it into fruit smoothies. Organic garlic. I'm not a fan of raw garlic. It's a bit sharp for me, but you can mince it over salads. I will also include roasted garlic in the homemade section because I prefer a smoother, creamier taste. I cannot say enough about organic, fresh squeezed lemon juice. I consume the juice of several lemons every day. I eat so many lemons, one of my subscribers, Michelle, gifted me a lemon tree. Thank you, Michelle. This is the perfect gift for anyone on an autoimmune diet. It takes about 3 to 5 years until it fruits. Organic fresh squeezed lime, much brighter and more intense than that of bottled lime juice. In the beginning, I found it easiest to clean out all my existing condiments and just start over, making my whole house gluten, dairy, soy free. I started with the safe condiments just mentioned, but as time went on, I learned how to easily make most at home. I'm really glad I did that because in the beginning, I had not yet experienced a rapid healing that would transform my whole life. I might have been tempted to use the toxic condiments until they were gone. Part 2, ingredients. The secret of life? The sauce is loaded with secrets. As you grow into this lifestyle, you might want to explore new store-bought condiments. If so, it will be essential for you to familiarize yourself with which toxic ingredients to avoid. I'm going to simplify this because reading food ingredient labels is long and confusing. If I were to grocery shop for condiments, which would be rare because I advocate making them, I would first look for gluten-free. Do all gluten-free labels mean the same thing? No. The short answer is look for this logo. The GFCO's certification represents a consumer's point of view, does unbiased third-party product testing, tests the actual product and equipment, not just the company paperwork, and is an established company. Unfortunately, to make matters more complicated, GFCO's logo is changing to this. Lots of condiments rely on gluten for flavoring and thickening. Your traditional soy sauce, marin sauce, barbecue sauce, mayo, and wasabi all have gluten, among many others. Next, your condiment needs to be dairy-free. Lots of condiments have dairy, like Nutella, spaghetti sauce with Parmesan, creamy salad dressing, and even vinaigrettes can have Parmesan. Your condiment needs to be soy-free. That eliminates your traditional soy sauce, teriyaki sauce, mayo, Miracle Whip, and your fake sour creams. Cancel anything with soy. After 18 months on this diet, I did an experiment, and I purposely ate soy one time at this restaurant called Bolé to see how I would react. I was down for 4 days, slept, could barely stay awake, lethargic. What is interesting is before this lifestyle change, I had no idea soy was affecting me. No clue. I made up my body was in such a fog, so out of balance, I was completely unaware and not paying attention. That's where the log helped me. By the way, the vegan labels are not safe. They're dairy-free, but they may contain soy. Vegetarian labels are not safe either. They may contain dairy and soy. I also want my condiments to be organic and non-GMO. That goes for fresh produce as well. The organic seal means it is automatically non-GMO. Now, turn the package over and read the ingredient list. There can be no added sweeteners, no sugar alcohols. They're very hard to digest. No artificial sweeteners. No corn. That's one of the biggest culprits. No corn products. This is difficult to avoid in condiments because corn is in hundreds of products and it's probably the largest U.S. subsidized GMO crop. You can head over to livecornfree.com for more information. It can have no preservatives. Preservatives are known carcinogens. They're proven health busters. No artificial food coloring, known as the rainbow of risk. Banned in other countries, but not in the U.S. They're derived from coal and petroleum byproducts, linked to ADHD and allergies. That eliminates wasabi with green food colorant. At this point in the grocery store, my patience has already been tested, and I'm just skimming the surface of the hidden dangers that lurk in condiments. I could have the condiment homemade by the time I evaluate what's in the new store-bought condiment, unless we choose to spend our money elsewhere. Are you ready to skip all this mess and try homemade? Nope. The list of what your condiment cannot contain goes on. Your condiment can have no nightshades because they cause inflammation in the body. For those of you who believe the poisonous toxin in nightshades does not affect you, I used to think the same thing. After 2.5 years on the Hashimoto protocol, I decided to try Anthony Williams' liver cleanse. He recommends eating nightshades, so I followed his protocol for 9 days. I do feel it was a successful cleanse. However, in 1 day, I could feel slight swelling in my hands and joint pain in my hips and elbows and knees from inflammation. Why was I able to eat these foods years ago? I never noticed any problem. In fact, I enjoyed them. My body was drastically out of balance. I was unconscious of my body signals. I had ignored them for so long it felt completely normal. I developed a keener ability to listen to my body, but I think it's a lifelong art. Here are the basic nightshades to avoid. No tomatoes or anything tomato-like. No cherry tomatoes, grape tomatoes, tomatillos, tamarillos, gooseberries, or goji berries. That means traditional ketchup and barbecue sauce are out. I used to think ketchup and mustard were innocent because I grew up with them and I only eat a little bit. The problem is most condiments have gluten, coloring, genetically modified ingredients, and tomatoes are a huge GMO crop. And condiments can have preservatives, giving them a shelf life of up to 2 years. Ugh. No potatoes. That means no russet, which is also called Idaho. No red potatoes, no Yukon Gold potatoes. You can have some sweet potatoes though, but we'll discuss those later in the vegetable video. Potato starch is a tasteless powder used as a thickener for sauces. So that means anything with potato starch as a filler or thickener is out, such as your vegan cheeses. No peppers or anything pepper-like. No bell peppers, jalapeno, ghost, Greek, banana, or chili. That eliminates sriracha, hot sauce, kimchi, and cocktail sauce. No eggplant. No eggplant baba ganoush for us. In addition to nightshades, you cannot have nuts for the first 3 months. That eliminates your nut butters and nut sauces, and the peanut butter needs to be thrown out permanently for everybody. It contains the most toxic aflatoxin to the human body. That's a fancy word for mold on the peanuts that cause cancer. No seeds for the first 3 months. That means no mustard or tahini. And finally, no table salt. According to Harvard Health, reducing dietary salt, meaning table salt, that's only sodium, chloride, and iodine, will lower your blood pressure, reduce the risk of heart attack and stroke, and save lives. Just throw away your table salt. It's only going to give you a heart attack. That ingredient list eliminates about 99% of store-bought condiments. Another name for the Hashimoto lifestyle is the learn to cook lifestyle. Part 3, inspiring homemade condiments. The secret of sauce? The life in the sauce. Now I am an official food snob and I owe it all to my autoimmune diet. For the love of food, you don't know what you're missing until you're eating fresh salad dressing. Homemade salad dressings. There are cookbooks dedicated to salad dressings alone. I can't say enough about how making my own salad dressings changed the way I enjoy food. It's an excuse to get creative and have fun in the kitchen. Oh, and an excuse to eat. Cilantro sauce. Fresh herbs are God's gift to us for healing. We planted a box of herbs in the kitchen to use fresh for our salads. One time I was preparing a salad with fresh herbs and my husband, who was several rooms away, was drawn into the kitchen because of the intoxicating aroma throughout the entire house from cutting the herbs. It was such a treat, we decided not to cover up the taste with any dressing. Never before have I enjoyed a salad without any dressing. I forgot our sense of taste is 80% smell. Mint raita, a cool cucumber Indian condiment, delicious. No tomato cocktail sauce. AIP Sour Cream recipes. Pickle Relish. Fruit Relish. Mango chutney with no tomatoes. The possibilities are endless. Meltable cheddar. Check this out. I found a recipe for making AIP cheddar cheese with cassava flour while I was editing this video. Homemade vegan cheese butter. My homemade butter is so delicious that's all I need on my gluten-free pasta with some fresh basil and oregano. Delicious. I'm going to eventually make recipe videos, I guess. Roasted garlic. Creamy and buttery. I use it in many salad dressings. Here's the thing. The more you get into this lifestyle, the more you heal. And the more you heal, the more you're motivated to follow the protocol to every detail. Be easy on yourself. It's pretty easy to eat the wrong ingredient. I've been doing this for 2.5 years and I still mess up. It's new, it's confusing, life happens, keep going. Don't try to do it all in one day. If you can learn one new recipe a week, you can repeat it. And in a month, you'll know how to make 4 new homemade sauces. That's enough. You don't really need to know 10. Be kind to your body, treat it lovingly, make time for yourself. And lucky for us on the Hashimoto diet, we truly get to eat all the good stuff. Bon appetit.